Hey guys, you missed Donald Trump yet?
Guys.
I'm watching the news.
No, we just watched an interview with him, and he's the same sloppy, boring mess. He doesn't even know his own accomplishments now. It was bad enough when he was just repeating the same bullshit. Now he's got to outsource bullshit from Glenn Beck.
Today, and I can't even believe what's going on. I'm not even talking about economically anymore. I mean, that speaks for itself, just a ridiculous.
Because you don't know anything about it, so you can't speak about it? Or is it just that you think you know a lot about it and you're glad to talk about it, but nobody takes you seriously because you're the son of a fake billionaire?
Tax on hardworking Americans with inflation and gas prices and the insanity and stupidity that's going on, supply chain issues. But I'm watching now North Korea has
It's going to supply chain issues.
tested their sixth missile of 2022. I just saw that on the news. It's hard to believe that's even accurate, but of course they are, right? I mean,
the news is accurate. Now that Trump's out of office, everything they say is true. That said, did it land anywhere? Was it successful? When did they build those missiles? While your dad was cradling Kim Jong-un's balls, that's when.
Russians are amassing more troops on the Ukrainian border. China is flying planes all over the place around Taiwan.
All around. I appreciate you not saying bombers, so many bombers over it. That's what your dad said, but he's a little thin right now.
Because our enemies are watching and they realize that we are feckless, we are weak, and we are stupid and incompetent. Because that's...
There you go. Are we? Are we? Sorry, slow down, bro. I can't handle this much patriotism in one giant dollop. Oh, thank you, Carol. You've been working on your Jim Ignatowski. Victor Bruno played Jim's dad. Trump could play Bono in the movie. That's true.
What this administration is exuding: stupidity, weakness, and
yes, it exudes stupidity. All
incompetence. Nothing more, nothing less. Our enemies see that because that's what happens, right? Bullies prey on the weak, and they know America is
But enough about your relationship with your father.
Weak, right? I'm watching the other day, Russia's threatening a major cyber attack on the U.S. in the coming days. Really? You think, as they're amassing troops on the Ukrainian border, you think that would be good for Russia or not? It's almost like the war machine, the military-industrial complex, the Liz Cheney type.
Also, first of all, he's reading a list of things, and I think he's lost track of where the fuck. Make up your goddamn mind. Also, why is this not a good picture of your dad? By the way, look at that orange. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. What the? Look at his ear. Look at his hand. Look at his face. Look at his hand. You can't blame that on the light, fucko. You can't say that LEDs are what makes your dad look like a fucking pumpkin. Also, that's gotta be Dr. Birx's hand.
The world, the never-ending wars, folks. It's like they're leaking disinformation.
Never-ending wars? Motherfucker, Biden ended Afghanistan.
In my opinion, to get us into a war in Russia because they need to take away, they need a distraction from the...
Yeah, yes, that's that. The Democrats were not able only to be so weak and snowflakey and soy boyish that they're the weakest people in the world and they easily are bullied, but they did manage to take over all of tech, all of media, and the entire election system while Trump, the most amazing president ever, was running everything. But somehow he managed to get fucked out of the presidency by 8 black volunteers in one county in Georgia. But meanwhile, we can't handle that. But the Russians are going to be the end of us because they're amassing troops because of, that's icy. So we took over tech, we took over media, we took over and we've taken over Russia, and we're putting that's Democrats putting those troops on the Ukrainian border so that we can also make Ukraine.
Disaster that is everything else, that is the Biden administration, but not just the Biden administration, because anyone who's watching understands that's not him. It's Democrat policy. It's incompetence. So you know what? Maybe it's to cover up the Hunter.
Sorry, incompetence is a policy? I mean, it's the RNC platform. Is he going to say Hunter Biden laptop?
In Ukraine, right? If you're a Ukrainian official and you know whatever the hell Hunter was doing there, maybe you call back, hey, guys, you better get our back. Maybe the war machine.
What do you mean, get our back? The Ukrainians didn't start the Russians building up as a way to manipulate America into financially supporting them. If they had that leverage, what? What does that mean? What, honest to God? What is the allegation here? We're already on Ukraine's side. Your dad was the dude who denied them support. The United States of America, the Congress, Biden ran on actually supporting them, and he's actually doing it. What leverage? Is there a hard drive for every member of Congress? What the hell?
Is out there saying, you know what, it's been 4 months since we've been in a war. We're not making as much money as we should. Let's get that going again. But you really think Russia's going to...
What the fuck are you talking about? Your dad bragged about the biggest military expansion in our budget in ages, rebuilding the Navy. We got 10 more destroyers, right? That was the whole point. What the fuck do they need to dick around in Ukraine for? We're building the stuff anyways. That didn't start, the fucking military budget we'd be pulling from happened under Trump. We don't have to add shit. We already have this stuff.
Threaten and a planned cyber attack on American businesses right now. Don't you think that would just get America into the war? Do you think they want to be in a war any more than...
Yeah, the Russians don't want war. That's why they're amassing troops, just to show how much they don't want a war. That's why they're threatening a cyber attack, because they don't want to do it. You're making them do it. The Democrats' policies on inflation are making the Russians have to. They gotta, guys. It's our fault. Talk about blaming the victim mentality. By the way, let's see. Let's just go back. Let's go back even further. One second. There we go. They don't, I mean, Russia is only doing this because Biden is weak and, Russia suspected a major cyber attack on U.S. government departments. December 14th, 2020. Now, who was president at 3 o'clock in the morning on December 14th in 2020? Russian hackers working for the Kremlin are believed to be behind breaches of U.S. government computer systems of Departments of Treasury, Commerce, Homeland Security that may have lasted months before they were discovered. Oh, it wasn't in that December. I see. It was all during 2020. I see. The hackers reportedly broke into the email systems of the government departments, but the full extent of the breach was not immediately clear as U.S. officials scrambled to make an assessment. There are concerns that the hackers may have, hold on, let me blow this up a little bit for you guys, penetrated other government departments. They don't want to do this, though. We're making them do this, guys. Come on. Commerce Department, National Security Council, and the Department of Homeland Security all acknowledged the intrusion in brief statements but provided no details. We can confirm this has been a breach in one of our bureaus. We have been working closely with our agency partners regarding recently discovered activity on government networks. So the government did not name Russia or any other actor as being responsible. Reuters first reported on the story Sunday, and subsequent reports identified Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service, the SVR, as the most likely culprit. Russia's SVR, the rough equivalent of the CIA in the U.S., was blamed for major hacks in 2014 and 15 that involved unclassified email systems at the White House. By the way, they never hacked Hillary's email server. Never got it. Because if they did, they would have released everything in it, you'd think, right? No? Anybody? That's not... No? All right. Who's president when this? No, who is that? Let's see. This was in December 8, 2020. Top cyber firm FireEye has been hacked by a foreign government. State-sponsored attack. Attackers tailored weapon. U.S. intelligence community. Russian. They also warned that Russia and others are no doubt probing other valuable targets during the election season, which was over except for this asshole. Yeah, no, I mean, now that so that's the case that Junior is making is that the Russians only attack when they view a country as weak. Except when Trump was president, because they're doing it because our country is strong.
I don't think they want to be in a war.
Nah.
I think
they just put those troops. Where are you going to park your troops? Except in the snow on another country's border while threatening them. Guys.
They don't want NATO expanding into the Ukraine, as Tucker Carlson said the other night, which kind of makes sense. I get.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of makes sense. They're not trying to do it. The offer came in 2008. They haven't moved in that direction since. There's been no movement about that. So why the fuck would that be the reason for the build-up now? Other than the fact that they are running out of resources and they need the Ukrainian space for their own pipelines and for gas.
So it almost feels like the war machine is actually firing back up by leaking. Oh, Russia's going to attack us, so we better get into this first, right, guys?
Whoa. No, because the us in this is only if you're Ukrainian.
Does anyone believe this crap anymore? Again, it's all smoke and mirrors, it seems. And honestly, I can't read a report like that from our intelligence officials.
I think you basically just say, I can't read and leave it there.
Like, are you sure it's not exactly the opposite? Because everything else...
Yes, sure it's not the exact opposite. Maybe we're amassing troops on the Russian border. Maybe we're about to attack Russia unprovoked. Yeah, that's probably... If you just hear it from if the CIA says it, the opposite must be true. You know why? Because people at the CIA, I know they take an oath to protect the government, and they find themselves doing some squirrely shit, and it's cool to be James Bond if you're MI5, but if there's an American agent that does it, they're somehow evil. But, always side with Russia. What the fuck?
They've told us over the last 5 years has been exactly the opposite, okay?
No, it hasn't. I mean, gibberish, we know this.
So... it's not just the economy why I want Trump back. It's not just American jobs.
It's because I'm going to go to jail if he isn't.
Just push back on China or Russia or anyone. It's literally everything. We could potentially be at the brink of world...
Yeah, crops. Everything is wrong. The whole, passing of an infrastructure bill. If Trump was in... I want Trump back just so we... can undo the infrastructure bill. Get out of it like we got out of the Paris Accord. Fuck that roads and bridges and broadband bullshit.
For 3, and we don't know if we're sending in American kids to die, possibly.
We are not sending in American troops, and certainly not kids to die. I mean, I would worry more about sending kids into Florida right now.
Because Joe Biden's acting a little differently because maybe the Ukraine has more information on his corrupt son than he'd like out there or than we already know. You can't help but wonder, are we making decisions to start World War
III? Again, we're already on... Yes, yeah, they're going to start World War III, a nuclear and cyber war that would devastate society as we know it, to cover a cush job that Hunter Biden had as a investment banker or as an investment broker that everyone knew about.
because of that.
Side with the country we already side with.
You say, maybe that's conspiratorial. Yeah, right.
No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Don Jr. is speaking in a conspiratorial way. I'm saying he's being a dumb shit. Conspiracy theories at least have to have some level of like, that's interesting. This is just idiotic. There's a difference. I have a little more respect for the Alex Joneses and the David Ikes of the world, because at least they try to stitch their stuff together emotionally, and we got the documents. He doesn't even...
Guys, I don't even have Post-it notes. Guys.
Like we haven't done so much worse over the last few years. And so that's the problem, guys.
Wait, I don't even understand that. Hold on, back up. What are you saying? What is he fucking saying? I cut it.
Yeah, right. Right. Like we haven't done so much worse over the last few years. And so that's the problem, guys.
Hold on, back up. We haven't done so much worse? About which part?
You say, maybe that's conspiratorial. Yeah, right. Right? Like we haven't done so much worse over the last few years. And so that's the problem, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, my bad. It didn't make any sense. It was just a gibberish sentence attached to another gibberish sentence.
Because, are they good guys?
There's no faith or trust in our government, in our leaders, in our actors, in our intelligence, because everything they've told us for the last...
Excuse me, as an actor, I would like to take issue with that. I think there's a lot of people out there that have great trust in me because I fucking well earned it. I don't get out over my skis if I can help it. I don't talk out of my ass. I don't bear false witness. And I call out your bullshit at every turn. And I'm right about a lot of this stuff, if not all of it. And even where I'm off, I'm like, oh, here's some updated. I didn't realize I was as right as I was about this stuff. And I show my fucking work. Instead of hiding in 1/4 of the frame and not referencing anything that I'm saying, which is what this asshole does for a living now. I'm not cranking out Rumble videos for blow money using Post-it note scripts from the Heritage Foundation and the RNC.
Few years is a lie, and that's why I miss Donald Trump. Do you?
That's not...
Hey, guys.
Guys.
No, you miss Donald Trump because you're going to need a pardon. You're fucked. That's why. And you guys are broke. And these folks are only going to hang on so long with this bullshitting about, presidency. And by the way, that whole was 45th and also 47th. That's the number after Biden's done, after 4 years or 8 years. I love the idea of Trump running, not in 2024, but in 2028. Come on, man. Roll it up. Throw it up. I want to see that Trump 2028 in it fucking stained golf pants, wearing golf cleats into the presser. So you hear crick, crack, crick, crack, crick with every step. He slips and falls on his ass.
I meant to do that. I was punishing the floor. Guys, pick up my dad. Guys, he's got to remain president for at least 3 days so he can sign the pardons. Guys.
Yeah. So that's no, we don't miss Trump, and he's your dad. Like, go talk to him. Oh God, what a mess.